Today is May 13, 2025, 6:52 p.m. Japan time. It's Friday. Tomorrow will be Thursday again. Let's review the Nikkei index. And today, the Nikkei closed at 37965 yen, down 1.2% from previous day. It had gone up yesterday but was pushed back today. The Nikkei Volatility Index rose slightly to 23.74. The PER is 15.74 and the EPS is 2.12 yen, which has fallen a bit. EPS momentum remains weak. Interest rates are still high at 2.93%. With high rates and weak EPS momentum, as I said yesterday, it's hard to expect further upside in the Nikkei. Tonight, there will be US-Japan talk about tariffs. We need to watch how the market reacts. Nikkei futures are around 37900 yen right now. Recently, a court said that tariffs were invalid, but former President Trump plans to appeal. Goldman Sachs also said there would be no big change regarding the tariffs. Um, Among Trump's policies, tax cuts, rate cuts, I think tariffs are his most important strategy. There was also news that Trump met with FED Chair Powell. Powell said he won't cut rates and won't be influenced politically. So I believe rate cuts are unlikely. Markets are watching what will happen with the tariff negotiations. Rates are key too. The 30-year US yield is high. Japanese is 2.93%. This is high. In the US market, the S&P closed at 5912 points yesterday, a small rise. The US volatility index also rose to 19.65. US and Japan both have high interest rate now. The move index has fallen a little. Gold prices are flat, although market seems stuck in a range. It's Friday, so many people may step away from the market for the weekend. In these quiet times, AI trading trend tends to have the advantage over humans. So be careful. Tonight movement could be important. And today episode is short, but I wanted to do a quick review my contents. Also, quite quick note. Today marks the 111th day since I started this podcast on February 9th, 2025. A kind of small memorial. I'm very happy so many of you are listening. Let me share some stats. My podcast is available on Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, Apple Podcast, YouTube, Podcast Addict, and other platforms. Also on Listen in Japan. Currently, I have about 40 to 50 listeners over the past 7 days. At peak times, about 16 followers. At low listeners. At low times, about 14 listener. As followers, it's hard to get exact numbers because some platforms don't show them. But I estimate around 40 followers. YouTube about 15, Apple Podcast 11, Spotify 6, Listen, sorry, and 10 and 15 followers on the like a podcast addict and audible. It's estimated. Podcast followers grow more slowly compared to platforms like Twitter or Instagram and TikTok. Still 40 and 15 followers for my niche contents talking about markets and politics and analogy based on my own models is very encouraging. I also release contents in English. Most listeners are in Japan, but outside Japan. The large audience is in the US, especially in Virginia, North Carolina, and Washington. I'd love to reach 51 states someday. Other listeners come from Germany, Russia, Poland, Morocco, Australia, the United Kingdom, Hong Kong, Sweden, Armenia, Korea, Brazil, Singapore, India, Lithuania, and more. It's very global, which I really appreciate. Age-wise, many listeners are 28 and 34 years old, but also have 35 and 44 and even 45 and 69 years old listeners. People at their career peak or senior management levels. I'm very grateful for your support. Please continue to stay with me. If you enjoyed today's episode, please go along my podcast by following it. See you again tomorrow.